Caitlin Clark will compete in the Annika Pro-Am. This is gonna be fire. Y'all know she set the whole golf world on fire last year, had everybody tuned in. The ratings jumped up.
All right, let us begin. Once more, Caitlin Clark has turned the world of sports on its head. To do it this time, she didn't need a basketball. She had to get a golf club. She was asked to go to a showcase, Pro-Am game by the LPGA, and the crossover that was supposed to be happy and encouraging turned into yet another meltdown. Ajay Wilson was in the middle of all the chaos, pouting like her favorite gift had been stolen. You were wrong to think that this story was about golf. It turned into a stage war. AJ showed again that she might not have to fight defenses anymore. Her pride is getting in the way. Why does AJ hate Caitlin so much? Feel free to write your thoughts in the space below.
Roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in for the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, take over the
A lot of people shared the second piece of news on social media. Fans did more than just react. They laughed. How did the LPGA sell its biggest star better than the WNBA? They were curious. In all honesty, it's not even that mysterious. The LPGA got something that the WNBA hasn't quite figured out yet. The strongest woman in sports right now is Caitlin Clark. Not a symbol or a ways to get attention, but a force that spans generations. So what did golf get done? They got close. They said yes. The carpet was rolled out. In the WNBA, on the other hand, it was like someone set off a stink bomb in the dressing room. There were cold shoulders, jealous whispers, and a lot of anger that was hidden as quiet. The LPGA was enjoying the attention while Caitlin was out there laughing, teeing off and getting more fans by the minute. They didn't try to stay away from the fun. They took it in. They were happy about it. They filmed it, shared it, and told everyone about it. The WNBA is another one. They stood in the corner as if they didn't know who she was. There is a huge difference between them. There were so many people on the track that it felt like the Final Four all over again. A lot of people became interested in women's golf after never having seen a show about it before. Everyone who saw Caitlin walk down the path signed her book and took selfies with her. The networks fought to get coverage. She was talked about in the news like she was Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, and Steph Curry all rolled into one. That's strength. Fans don't write like that. That's power that can be measured. The WNBA didn't accept it. Instead, they sat back with their arms crossed and their teeth clenched.
Amazing for a Wednesday. I mean, there's so many media here from all different sort of media aspects, local news, lots of reporters around that you normally wouldn't see on a Wednesday out here at an LPGA event. All the spectators are all waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlin, hopefully a final autograph.
And this is where it almost seems funny. People who play golf sang her name. The LPGA had more than just Caitlin Clark there. They thought of her as the future. Photos from behind the scenes, slow motion videos, and video of Caitlin laughing on the greens while making big putts are all in swing. It was warm, happy, and exciting, just the way women's sports should be. It was all over the web. The news stories came in. Skyrocketed the number of followers. The LPGA pretty much grew overnight because they said, sure, come join us. In the meantime, things are still very cold in the WNBA. Frostbite for sure. When Caitlin Clark's name started to go viral, the LPGA sent sincere thank you tweets and enjoyed her new fans. But Ajay Wilson was doing what she does best, getting angry behind vague social posts. Everyone knew who she was talking about even though she didn't say Caitlin's name. She made a small joke about media darlings and people who get everything thrown at them.
Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
Woo!
At this point, it's become a habit. It seems like Caitlyn does it all. She wins awards, breaks records, makes it to SNL, is praised by stars, and now she can swing a golf club. Ajay acts like her crown was stolen. There was more than just slight energy this time. People in her group also started to enjoy all the rude comments on the web. Over the top. In the news. Only one face is shown. Some of us had to work for it, please. Caitlyn deserved all the attention she got. At a time when everything she did was being watched, she won it. The sad attitude is made worse by the fact that the LPGA and the WNBA addressed this situation in very different ways. A chance was seen by golfers. The WNBA had to deal with rivals. Golf chose to work together. The WNBA chose to be unsafe. When the LPGA showed Caitlyn's best games and called her a gift to women's sports, the WNBA didn't say anything. Not a single word. They didn't act like the girl was there. Another league made her feel like a queen.
I had to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
and here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good. A lot of fun. Made it easy. Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses. I want together. We're doing a fun like quickie on that side. There we go. Yeah. I'm next. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Fans quickly paid attention. Why can golf toast her while you can't? Isn't she your player? Do you not like good public relations? And the worst, the one that hit the league square in the heart. They just showed you a better way to market your own celebrity than ever before. That hurts. AJ Wilson's salt machine really got going at that point because when leaders don't talk, people who don't feel safe do. She started to like tweets that said the media was biased. Along with golf videos, she posted mysterious and interesting answers. She said that Caitlyn Clark leaving to play golf took food off her plate. The internet saw right through it because it's just fear dressed up as principle. At the same time, Caitlyn wasn't even online to throw shade. She wasn't being rude. She didn't do anything. She was busy, promoting women's sports, getting more people interested, and helping another league do well. The WNBA should tell her to do that instead of getting mad when she does it.
He talks about like the effect that we have on them, but also they have the same effect on us. And I think that's what's really cool about it is to see how much joy it really brings them, and it brings their families, and that one game where they spend 2 hours of their whole entire year has such an impact on their entire childhood. And I think that's really cool to think about.
And this is what makes the whole thing so funny. That golf tournament wasn't even supposed to be shown on TV. It was simple, low-key and casual until fans swarmed the LPGA and demanded attention. Guess what took place? Their numbers went through the roof after they changed their broadcast plans. Because Caitlyn Clark touched a golf club, it was the best weekend for women's golf in years. Let's tell the truth here. Caitlyn wasn't putting herself in a dangerous situation. This was a Caitlyn moment. She is so strong that she supported a whole sport by talking about driving. While everyone else was cheering, Ajay Wilson was on Twitter, saying mean things to no one in particular.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure. I mean, a lot of people looking at her, and when you set the bar high and continue to move that bar, I mean, people are always going to try and push you down and take you down in different ways and getting criticized. But she's just handled it so well, with such poise and such class, and just keep moving, setting records and doing things that have not been done before. And I mean, that's just, to me, is obviously very inspiring, but it motivates a lot of women to be able to reach their full potential. And, she's so young too, and who knows what her future will be, but she's just starting out with a bang, and I'm sure she's going to continue. So we're excited to have.
The LPGA recently did something that the WNBA hasn't been able to do since the beginning. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the gift that's in front of them. They didn't think Caitlyn was dangerous. They used her as a link, a rising tide, or a spark. But the WNBA treated her like she was an outsider who was just sucking air. They talk about growth. They talk about being seen. They talk about change. But it becomes a problem when a group shows up dressed in Iowa black and gold fever colors. The irony in this story should keep some WNBA stars up at night. There was no one that Caitlyn Clark was drawing attention away from. She was getting more attention. She wasn't taking all the attention. She was making the area bigger. Golf was easy to understand. The WNBA still doesn't get it. That's not true, Caitlin. She powers everything. She's the sign you dream about but don't get very often. The league, which should be going through the roof right now, did nothing while one of its stars cried online like she had lost a popularity battle.
Everybody talk about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not, until Caitlin Clark came along.
At the same time, Caitlin kept smiling, shaking hands, taking shots, and making things better. That may be what bothers Ajay the most. Caitlin doesn't need to put down anyone. She doesn't need to answer. She wins just by being herself. She doesn't keep up with petty things. She fights based on results. That poise, that expertise, and that calm power, that's the part that makes her enemies mad. And Caitlin Clark not only won this game. This small crossing moment that was only meant to be fun on the weekend, she also told us something. She showed who supports the growth of women's sports and who doesn't like it when women aren't in the lead. The LPGA seemed sure of itself, happy and ready to move forward. The WNBA looked protective, scared, and even threatened by its own star. Caitlin Clark did more than just play in a golf tournament. She, by accident, showed who really supports women's sports and who only supports herself.
Television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't.
Right here is where it got really hot. When Caitlin Clark walked onto that golf course and those clips showed up on the stream, there was full-on civil war on the sports internet. Fans of the LPGA were thrilled. They praised her swing and said she was beautiful. They called her the crossover star women's sports had been waiting for. There was love, excitement, and real happiness. Finally, the part of social media that was always connected to Ajay Wilson's Twitter circle went into a spin. That team didn't just respond. They went off. All of a sudden, timelines were full of complaints. Why does she always seem to be there? Why can't other players stand out? When did she start playing golf? It was like Caitlin had come into Augusta with a fake pass and a 9-iron. It wasn't her idea. The LPGA asked her because, unlike some other groups, they know a phenomenon when they see one.
Right, I mean, it just puts our tournament in a different limelight and just different excitement. You know, they're streaming the summit today, they'll be streaming the Pro-Am. I mean, things that we haven't seen before. You know, wherever she goes, she's been selling out, so hopefully we'll sell out here too, so we're excited about that.
I think that's where Ajay's fall began. Reports say she was very angry when she found out that Caitlin's golf videos were getting more views than any videos from the WNBA finals. AJ was the best in the same finals. If you win a championship and then see someone sinking putts in a polo shirt, it would be annoying. It hurts. She did what she always does in a situation. This made her passive-aggressive. She liked a blog post about shooting. She might want to work on her jump shot instead of her golf swing. So delicate, mysterious, and clear. Fans got it right away. There are screenshots everywhere. And the comments are nothing but mean. Ajay can't stand seeing Caitlin trend again. Her job is not to steal your trophy case, sis. It's to hit golf balls. And this is my favorite. Ajay writes a think piece every time Caitlin breathes. The way they looked was not good. There was a live broadcast of envy. At the same time, the LPGA handled things in a responsible way. There was no drama, no ego, and no anger. The red carpet was rolled out. Their public pages kept getting new content. The green way to use electricity is with Caitlin Clark, a legend in the making. From forests to golf courses, the comment parts are full of love. It's hard to play golf. At first, some people thought a pick and roll was yard work. Now, they want her to come back next year. This is how being thankful looks.
Please, Caitlin.
Caitlin, please sign this, please. 24 years, John Deere boys. Caitlin, please.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hung in there, you know. Let's go.
Because general watchers already know this. Things are not being stolen by Caitlin Clark. She's making the market better as a whole. When she trends, people become more interested. When she shows up, crowds gather. She doesn't play games for women. They are being thrown by her. Too many WNBA speakers, though, don't support her and instead see her success as an insult to them. Jay Wilson is the best example of that kind of fear. She doesn't enjoy the rising tide. Instead, she sees it as a sign that a flood is coming. What did it do that made it even stronger? It wasn't like she was trying to take charge. She didn't act like she was bigger than the game. She was humble and funny, and she smiled, high-fived fans, laughed at bad takes, and charmed reporters. It was the real deal. It was true. It was fun. That's why it went off. Now, compare that mood to how the WNBA has been playing lately. It feels heavy, tense, and protective. There is no celebration. Instead, there is mistrust. The energy is not coming together. Instead, it is side-eye energy. Too many people are acting like Caitlin's success is like a pie with only one piece left. But she is actually the one out here making a bakery. A gift was seen by the LPGA. Fans are aware that the WNBA is facing a threat. Because Caitlin isn't to blame if another league treats your star player better. That's a problem with how you lead. And everything points to one clear conclusion. Caitlin Clark did not make the WNBA look bad. The WNBA has made itself look bad. They didn't cheer for their most recognizable player. They just stood there. They didn't join the cause. Instead, they stopped it. They decided to be petty instead of working together. The catch is this. This is not the last time Caitlin will be asked to play a different sport. It will be time for soccer. Tennis will be calling. There will be exhibitions with famous people in them. They'll all say the same thing that the LPGA did, but they won't say it. We care about you. The sports get better every time she says yes. And their numbers go down every time the WNBA does nothing.
That's the reason that you play. It's not because of the wins and the points you score. It's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to hopefully, be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too.
Caitlin Clark is so much more than just a basketball star now. She speaks up for women's sports, acts as a go-between for teams, helps with marketing, and brings people together. Her name is Tiger Woods. Steph Curry is attractive and full of energy. She really brings the eyes. She's full of energy. She seems trustworthy. You should build your team around that kind of athlete, not hate them from the stands. The best part is now here. Asia was given a great chance. If she had ever told Caitlin how proud she was of her, boom, instant kindness. Fans praise how she led. Brands are paying attention. This is how winners move. She decided to be jealous instead. She chose responses. She chose to be angry. That's not being in charge. That's fear that looks like toughness. Caitlin keeps getting better. She keeps getting invited to things. People keep hugging her. Not by chance, but because of this. At the same time, her fiercest critics are stuck in the same pattern. Seeing another sport do what theirs can't. Make their biggest star famous. The WNBA will have to make a choice at some point. Would they rather shrink without Caitlin Clark or grow with her? Because the LPGA held up a mirror and saw something that wasn't nice. Why does the J hate Caitlin so much? Feel free to write your thoughts in the space below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all alerts so you never miss anything.